Facebook and look at her bio. You've got an amazing person here that we are so excited to listen to and to learn from. We have, when I asked Dr. Thompson what she wanted me to introduce, how she wanted me to introduce her, she just said that she just loves working with people and with children. Her career is in education, and she started teaching in Pocatello, Idaho to second graders. And currently she works with the Davis School District with the Educational Equity Department. And she also just wanted to say that she has a very supportive husband and that she's grateful that he's here today. And I think that's so fantastic. So I'm really excited to introduce to you our speaker, Dr. Jackie Thompson.
I wanted first to start by thanking Melissa for that very beautiful introduction. My mother would have believed it, and my father would have been proud. Melissa, to be here with the Oasis group today is fantastic. I want to thank Miss Jo Hadlock for inviting me. And I want to say that when I got here, I saw everyone's welcoming face, beautiful smile, and Melissa, your sparkly eyes. So I'm happy to be here. And to our children, oh, shout out to Gio and Sophia, right? Okay, and I wanted to say the greetings to you. It's only proper that I greet you in the proper way. If I were to greet you in the African language of Swahili, I would say jambo.
Jambo.
If I were to greet you in Spanish, I would say hola.
Hola.
If I were to greet you in French, I would say bonjour.
Bonjour.
If I were to greet you in Navajo, I would say yate.
Yate.
If I were to greet you in Tongan, I would say malo alele.
Malo alele.
If I were to greet you in Samoan, I would say talofa.
Talofa.
If I were to greet you in Japanese, I would say ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
If I were to greet you in American Sign Language, I would say. But since I'm here with you, the wonderful Oasis group, I'll simply greet you the way that our students would greet one another and say, yo, what's up, y'all? How's everyone doing? Good. When I ask you how you're doing, I want you to say better than good and better than most. How's everyone doing?
Better than good and better than most.
Great. And I'm going to ask my husband if he'll hold my rain stick for me. He likes it too. You like the rain stick?
Yes.
Oh, great. So as we begin, I have a slideshow that goes with it. Today I'll be talking about REACH, Respecting Ethnic and Cultural Heritage by Building Cultural Bridges. I work at Davis School District, and when you enter into the Kindle building where I work right here, it's in Farmington, you'll see a big sign that says, how are the children? The mighty Maasai warriors in Africa would ask each other and the villagers, how are the children? And even those without children would answer, the children are well. So today I'd like to ask you, how are the children?
The children are well.
Great. I'd like to begin with an activity for you, and it's called A Village of 100. If at this very moment we could shrink the world's population into a village of 100, but maintain its existing human ratio, this is what it would look like. So let's have a little question and answer for a moment. If we were to look at the population in the world, what do you think would be the largest ethnic group in a village of 100?
Oriental.
Orient or Asian? You think Asian?
Yes.
Excellent, okay. What do you think would be the next largest?
Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern? Okay, these are really good answers. Let's find out. The world's population, you were right. In a village of 100, 60% would be Asian, 10% African, 10% European and former Soviet Union, 10% Latin American and North American, and 10% Oceanic, our Pacific Islanders. Would you have imagined our world like this? No, it's a very diverse world. What if we were to look at language? Which would be the most widely spoken language in the world?
Mandarin.
Mandarin. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. What's
I read a lot.
you read it one. And what's your name? What's your name?
Meryl.
Meryl, you're brilliant. Okay. Excellent. What would be the second largest spoken language, you think?
Hindi.
Hindi? Good answers. Okay, let's see if this one comes up next. This one is going to be religion, but with language, we'll see it in a moment. 20% of our world would speak Mandarin Chinese, 10% would speak English, 10% would speak Hindi, 10% would speak Spanish, and 50% would speak Arabic, Bengali, Portuguese, Japanese, German, French, and 200 other languages. Amazing, right? Amazing. Now, religion. What would be the largest religious group in the world? Islam? Think Islam? Okay. What would be the next largest? Catholic? Okay, let's find out. Guys had some really good answers. Religion. 33% would be Christian, 22 Muslim, 15 Hindu, 14 would have no religion, 8 would be Confucian or Shinto, 6 would be Buddhist, and 2 out of 100 would be Jewish. In our schools, we'll see children from all different backgrounds. So we say, like you say, respect for all. Okay. Let's then look at the health of the world. Which percent of our population is malnourished? What percent is malnourished in our world, a village of 100?
1/4. 25.
25? Okay, think 25? Anyone say higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher? Think higher? Okay, good answer. Which percentage of our world would not have safe, clean drinking water? 50? All right, let's see which comes up next. We've got to go, but we've done that one. There's the language one we've done. 50% of our world will be malnourished. The majority would be children. The majority would be children. 33% would not have safe, clean drinking water. How fortunate we are, right? How fortunate. Let's look at the wealth of the world. The wealth of the world. What percentage would control half the wealth of the world? 1? Okay. And do you think half? And how many would be U.S. citizens? None? All right, let's find out. Let's see if that one shows up next. 6 would control half the wealth of the world. 6 out of the 100 would be U.S. citizens. Can you name some of them?
Yeah.
Bill Gates?
The Koch brothers, or?
Brothers, huh? Well, and you know, with Bill Gates and others that have the wealth, we like them because they give back to education. And it's important to give back and help each other. What percentage of our world would live in substandard housing? 50. You're right, 50. Oh, it's up there. Okay, you guys use all the clues that are available to you. 50%. Do we have substandard housing right here in the United States? Yes. Do we see people right here in Layton near our Walmart? We'll see people that are hungry or that are vets. And you know what? We look at everybody and we say that everybody is a human being and deserves to be treated with respect. And if nothing else, if we don't have anything to give at that time, we could send a positive thought or we can give a friendly smile. Acknowledge, because no one is invisible, right? No one is invisible. And then we look at ways in which you talked about humans helping humans and helping hands and giving back. Well, this one, the children are going to be amazed. Children in this room, you are so fortunate because when we look at education, not everybody has a chance to get a good education. In the world, how many would be college educated out of a village of 100? 20? Okay, we'll find out. And what percentage of our world would be illiterate? A lot? You think
30?
30? Good answers.
Probably not.
Let's find out. Okay.
Hopeful.
67% of our world is illiterate. They do not read or write. Do not read or write. And it is true that education is the key to our better future. Again, it's our responsibility to share and to give back. When we look at that, 1 out of 100 would be college educated. 1 out of 100. And then the other 33 or so percent, they would not be college educated, but they would not be illiterate. They would be somewhere in between. There is a saying, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And there are children and there are adults out there with great, brilliant minds that would need these opportunities. Again, we can give back and help. Sign language. Now this one is interesting because sign language is a language as well. There are about 70 million deaf people who use sign language as their first language or mother tongue. Sign language is important as well. All of us are differently able in one way or another, right? We have our strengths and there's things that we can do really well, and that goes across the board for all of us. So that was The Village of 100. There's a book at Barnes & Noble called If America Were a Village and If the World Were a Village, and they'll have statistics. You can find more on these online as well. We built the case for multicultural education. By 2030, children of color will make up over 50% of students in U.S. schools. I believe that we are all people of color. When you're looking at the demographics and statistics, I'll use the terminology that's out there so that you'll see it. In some of our school districts, we're already seeing that in Utah. Where would you say? Where are we seeing that large, diverse populations of our students?
West Valley.
West Valley, yes. West Valley, and large population of our beautiful Pacific Islander families, right?
In Ogden. In Ogden.
Ogden,
School district.
almost 60%, excellent. And our neighbors right there in Salt Lake, right?
Oh,
Salt Lake.
yes.
So we look at Salt Lake, granted. We'll be looking at Davis here in a moment, but this is true that it's becoming very diverse, but it's already happening. In Logan, we're seeing great diversity as well. We're having a lot of Latino families moving in Logan, and these are great families. And we'll share some programs that are in these schools. European American teachers make up 90% of the teacher force, and that's why REACH training is important, respecting ethnic and cultural heritage for all teachers to be able to teach 100% of our students. And we do this training, it's a 2-day training. Today you'll get a Reader's Digest version. Is that all right? Okay, you guys are wonderful. Children born in poverty, 20% of children are born in poverty. But you know what? Our children are not deficient. Where they come from, they bring a lot with them. But where they can go, I'd say it's beyond the sky. The sky's not the limit. There's no limit. And so we teach them the rules that they'll need to be successful in life. And their families give them tools that they need to be successful as well. So high expectations for all children is important. We have a Davis School District Parent Equity Committee. Did you know that? Yes, it's made up of parents, it's made up of school administrators, it's made up of community representatives. We want to ensure that our school district is responsive to the needs of our diverse populations and to each and every child. And so we have 4 goals. The 4 goals are school culture and climate, student achievement, parental involvement, and diverse hiring practices. Any teachers in the audience? Thank you. Yay, we love our educators. Any military in the audience? Okay, we love our military. We love each and every one of you. But I wanted to say thank you for your service to each of you and for all that you do. We do outreach in the schools, multicultural assemblies, multicultural clubs, mentors, and speakers bureaus. Here's the mission of our Davis School District: to ensure that each one of our students has a positive learning experience and that the district remains open and responsive to the needs of its diverse populations. All of our children are diverse. I'm going to just show you a few pictures of our committee. Now, we are very cognizant of taxpayer dollars. So when you see us in these pictures, know that we thank Mr. Mike Parker for putting settings behind us of places that we wish we could travel to. Okay? There the committee says, we want to go to Tahiti in the first one. So he says, it is done. We want to go to Taj Mahal. It is done. We want to go to Africa. It is done. And then my beautiful secretary, Christy, says, how about Guatemala? And so there we are in Guatemala with our current committee, the committee that cares about the children and reflects our parents. Again, you'll see our 4 goals. Would you say them with me, please? Student achievement, school culture and climate, parental involvement, and hiring practices. Excellent. If you know any teachers that would like to work for any of the school districts in the state of Utah, especially Davis School District, we are experiencing a shortage, and we gladly welcome our outstanding teachers to come in and work with our students. Okay. So what does all students mean? In Davis School District, 86% of our students are European American. About 14 of our students are students of color. The largest population after that would be our Hispanic Latino population. And you'll see how those groups are breaking down. Our English language learners, about 4%. Then you will see low income rates, about 24% of our children that are on free and reduced rates. In the schools, children are receiving breakfast in the morning. And at some of the schools, they're feeding them lunch after they go outside and play. And one school that did that said the first time they did it and the children came back in, they ran out of food. They were hungry. They were wanting to go out and play. And then our Marianne Nielsen with our homeless program, she sends home backpacks with food for the children on the weekends, because that might be all the food that some of the families would have. So again, each one reach one. And with our helping hands, we can all be a part of that. Our refugee students, we are seeing a large influx of refugee, but predominantly in Salt Lake and Granite School District. But we do have refugee students here in Davis, and we serve as mentors to some of our students that are refugees. Special ed, almost 14%. And then we talked earlier about the gifted and talented and deep program in SEM, and that's 1.4%. But I'd like to say that 100% of our students, 100% of our students are gifted and talented. By ethnicity, again, there's the chart. You'll see 86% European American students, 9.5% of our Hispanic Latino, and you'll see the other groups. We care about all 100% of our students. Just want you to see how the demographics are changing in Davis County. And I'll point out one group. If you'll look at our Hispanic population in 2000, we had about 2,300 of our children, and then it's about, close 6,600 now. So that population is continuing to grow. We're excited about our changing demographics. You know, the world is coming into our children, and our children are going out into the world, and we're all a part of a very global society. In Davis School District, 97% of our teachers are European American, 3% are teachers of color. We recognize that our population of children of color continues to grow, and that we need to reflect that diversity in the teachers for all of our students as well. This is a story about a magazine that we advertised in through our Human Resource Department a few years ago. And we were reaching out, And so we put the ad out, and we didn't hear back right away in the Teachers of Color magazine.